The hall of the unified assembly was built for silence. It was carved from dense crystal alloys and designed under the assumption that no being within it could survive more than a fraction of a standard gravity cycle. Every species that entered relied on field stabilizers, mobility rigs, or floating platforms to avoid collapse. The statement had been carved into the foundation of the assembly long before humanity had discovered fire. No species survives one gravity. That law had never been questioned until the humans stood. Alex remained upright, without a stabilizer, without a harness, without visible strain. Boots rested flat against the assembly floor, which was tuned precisely to one gravity for ceremonial purposes. Spines curled among the delegates. Eyes widened across 100 biological variations. The Speaker of the Council, towering being known simply as Tallow, leaned forward on its support frame. Its voice resonated through harmonic translators. No species survives one gravity. The human tilted his head slightly. His posture remained relaxed. Then how am I not crushed? The question was not loud. It did not need to be. A ripple of disturbance moved through the chamber. Data panels flickered as automated systems attempted to classify what they were observing. Nothing fit. Alex was not exceptional by human standards. He was not a soldier. He was not genetically altered. He was an envoy selected for his calm temperament, an ability to explain complex ideas without aggression. That fact unsettled the council far more than any display. A force could have. The gravity field remained stable. Alex continued breathing. A second delegate spoke, its voice tight with disbelief. The human should be immobile. Structural failure should be occurring. Alex shifted his weight slightly, as if adjusting for comfort. Micro-movements registered across the sensors. Tallow signaled for calm. Explain, Alex nodded. He had prepared for this moment, not because he expected disbelief, because humans had learned long ago that their normal was often terrifying to others. On our world, said, gravity is not one. It is constant. It shapes us from birth. Visual projections filled the air. A blue sphere appeared, wrapped in clouds and oceans. Every step we take resists it. Every breath is pulled downward. Our bones grow dense because they must. Our muscles grow strong because they must. A murmur passed through the delegates. Tallow adjusted its frame. Your species evolved under this force. Continuously, yes. The word echoed more loudly than intended. Records scrolled rapidly. Evolutionary timelines recalculated. Probability matrices collapsed. Another delegate whispered, almost involuntarily. Then one gravity is not extreme. Alex smiled faintly. For us it is home. The chamber fell silent again, but this silence was different. It was no longer dismissive. It was cautious. Tallow spoke slowly. If this is true, then human structural tolerance exceeds predicted limits by several magnitudes. That is correct. Alex gestured slightly. We lift, we run, we fall and rise again. Images followed. Humans carrying loads that would immobilize other species. Children learning to walk by failing repeatedly. Athletes pushing bodies beyond exhaustion by choice. The council watched. No species survives. One gravity had been their anchor, their certainty, their justification for orbital living and artificial habitats. Humanity had shattered it without raising a weapon. A smaller delegate asked the question many were thinking. What happens to a human under higher gravity? Alex inhaled. He did not enjoy this part. We adapt. Simulations appeared. Training environments. Incremental increases. Bones thickening. Muscles rebuilding in controlled conditions. Humans endure far more than one. The silence returned, heavier than before. Tallow leaned back. If humans can function where others cannot, then there are regions of space previously inaccessible. Alex nodded. We know. A realization spread through the chamber. Planets dismissed as death worlds. Stations abandoned due to structural collapse risks. Battlefields considered impossible to occupy. Humans could stand there, not float. Not drift, Stand. One delegate voiced the fear directly. Then humans would control those environments. Alex responded calmly. Control is not our goal. Understanding is. The words were honest, but history whispered its warnings. Every species that had mastered its environment had reshaped the galaxy. The council recessed for deliberation. Alex remained in place, gravity pressing down as it always had. When the session resumed, Talo addressed him with a different tone. Less authority. More respect, human representative. Your species challenges foundational assumptions. Alex inclined his head. We tend to do that. There was a pause, then something rare. Laughter rippled through the chamber, hesitant but real. Talo continued. The assembly must revise its classifications. Humans are not fragile, Alex corrected gently. We are. We simply learned how to endure. That distinction mattered. By the end of the session, new protocols were drafted. Gravity limits were redefined. Exploration zones expanded, and a new phrase entered the council archives. One gravity does not break all species. It reveals which ones were shaped by resistance. As Alex left the chamber, his steps echoed softly against the floor. No stabilizer. No assistance. Behind him, the galaxy quietly adjusted its understanding of strength.